Hey, how's it going there, friends of the internet? It's your old buddy, Ian Cowell, and today I want to talk about animals in effects pedals. Now, we've seen centaurs, minotaurs, bad monkeys, rats, panthers, all sorts of creatures, but there's one thing we haven't seen, and that's the Sledgehammer Effects Big Chungus Overdrive. So one of my favorite effects pedals is the Proco Rat. I've played many iterations of the Rat over the years, from the original big box, which unfortunately I've never had myself, but had the luxury of sharing a practice space with someone who did have one at one point, and it was phenomenal. I've played the reissues of that in the smaller form factor, and it still sounds good. If you've played a Rat, you know what it is. You can get a really good kind of mild overdrive all the way up to an almost fuzz-like sound, but it has a really good attack. Not everyone likes the Rat. I do. It's not the kind of overdrive or distortion sound I'm known for in probably the last decade, but I've been wanting one back on my board, and when my friend Lacey Johnson showed me this ridiculous pedal, and I'm also a big fan of Big Chungus as well, I had to take the leap. So thank you to Mike from Sledgehammer for getting this shipped out super quickly, being extremely professional, and also the build quality is great. This thing was made with love, and how could it not? It has Big Chungus on here. It has three controls: thick, slap, and chonk. Thick is the gain control, slap is your EQ, and chonk is your volume control. And it sounds darn good. I mean, my first impressions are just into a Laney tube head. It's a 30-watt non-master volume. It's a Laney LA30, and I'm running that into an orange 212 open back cab with Celestion vintage 30s. And so that's what you'll be hearing in this demo. I'm going to spend some time with it with impulse responses and seeing how it feels in the rest of my regular show rig. But so far, I'm really digging this, and this was worth the chance. So thank you, Mike. Thank you, Sledgehammer. Thank you, Baltimore, Maryland. This is made in Baltimore. They got more than just Old Bay. All right. We're taking a look at the Big Chungus now. It wouldn't be a gear review if we did not take a look at the clean tone. So we're using a Charvel DK24. That's a clean tone. Let's try the Big Chungus. Chonk is our volume. We're starting with no gain, really. Now it's just kind of getting to unity with that, but we start to bring the thick knob, which is our gain, up. Already it's getting hairy, so let's roll back the chonk, bring up the thick. Yep, it's definitely getting hairier. Let's bring the thick up. Slap does a pretty good job changing the tone. Let's see what it's like with the neck pickup. It is chungusy and big and very messy. It's not something I would go for, but who knows? You're having a few O'Douls in the bar and feeling a little crazy, and you might just dig it. I like that I can roll my volume knob back though, and cleans up nice. Volume up. Yeah, it's pretty hairy. I'm gonna bring the slap up. I'm gonna roll the thick down. I'm gonna bring the chonk back a little bit. I love saying all these words too. It's very funny to me. And I'm gonna edit this part out, tuning break. All right, so now with the Chungus, we got a good, pretty typical rat style sound. It's thick, it's chonky, it sounds good. Now let's try kicking it in with the Soldano over here. Look, every overdrive is going to sound a little different. This might not be your cup of tea. This is what I've been using predominantly as my preamp sound lately, so let's hear how it sounds into that. It's very wiry sounding. Again, these are voiced pretty differently. I keep quite a bit of bass out. Let's keep the mids at around noon. Let's bring up the treble a bit. Roll back the volume. Roll back the presence. And I'm keeping the gain. The gain is completely at 0 on the Soldano. And without the Soldano. I like that personally. I think it's nice and hairy. It's got a little bit of mojo, attitude. Whatever adjective you want to use is, hey, that's up to you, bud. But I'm digging that. Let's see what other kind of flavors we can get. Some of those in-between sounds. Now, maybe this is kind of an unfair example considering I'm using a guitar with 5 pickup options. I have the humbucker and 2 single coils, and I like getting those kind of quacky position 2 and 4 Strat sounds. If you heard it clean, you're probably familiar with this. Bring up the volume a bit. Add in some of the Chungus. Again, we don't even have the volume volume all the way up. Let's get volume all the way up in position 2. Let's bring the slap up a little bit and give it more of that top end. Let's try the middle pickup now. I'm just having fun with that, even without doing much. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to demo this with a lot of dirt, which it can do, but I like stacking gain stages, so let's try middle pickup. A little less thick, a little more chonk. Try position 4. Do the neck pickup. I'm going to roll out some of the tone knob on the guitar itself. Back to the bridge, bring some of the tone back in. Roll off the volume on the guitar. Wow, and would you look at that? So much time has passed that it's now the evening. That's how much fun we've had with the Sledgehammer Effects Big Chungus Overdrive. Again, thank you, Mike. This is a wonderful pedal. And also, this is not sponsored by Sledgehammer. I bought this with my own money. I'm very much enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to checking it out at Psychic Hit Practice tomorrow, seeing how it lines up with Dre's tone, how it's going to sound this week at my show with Lacey, who told me about the pedals. So really looking forward to hearing this, both with impulse responses and in a room, having to compete with other very loud amps and cabinets and a bass player and a drummer and a vocalist, and just seeing how it fits in a mix. But so far, just in my space, I'm really enjoying it. And it's nice when someone takes a meme and actually makes an enjoyable pedal out of it. I could take the same amount of money and go get a rat, but I'd rather have a big Chungus, because everyone has a rat. Not everyone has a big Chungus. So again, thank you, Sledgehammer. This box rocks.